Now, if you've been on the fence, you don't know what adventure bike you want, you think all these big monstrosities that are out there, the R1200 GS, the KTM 1090, 1190, the Africa Twin are too big for you and you want something smaller to start on, I highly recommend this little machine behind me. I just got done spending 3 hours up here in the mountains on this Honda CB500X, and I've got to say, this machine is amazing. I'm going to coin this machine the Honda Africa Twin. It literally is half the size of the Africa Twin, but will take you anywhere that you want to go. It's significantly less expensive. I think the out-the-door price for an Africa Twin right now is right around $15,000, and this guy comes in at $8,000. You're not really missing out on that much fun. This bike, the way that Honda has done their updates from 2018 to 2019, they've really made this machine a spectacular middleweight adventure bike. So I've been on this bike just over 1,000 miles now, and I've had the opportunity to have it in lots of different types of terrain and situations. Now, I really have to give a shout out to Honda for allowing me to get a hold of these bikes and be able to take them around and to show them in real world situations, and in some cases to put them to their test, to really ride these things at or above the level that they were made to perform at. Again, picking my lines carefully through here so as to leastly impact that front head pipe. And I've got to say that this little 500 is not disappointing. My KTM 390 Duke is officially up for sale if anybody wants it. It's going cheap because I got to get one of these in my garage. You're going to hear it as I'm riding down the road in the different vlogs, but there's 3 things that I really think need to happen to this machine in order to really make it that great adventure type machine. It really needs suspension. The suspension is super soft. Now, it's amazing cruising down the highway. It's got an extremely plush feel. It soaks up the bumps. Alright, it's my first time standing up on this thing, man. The suspension is so soft. I feel like I could lift the front wheel off the ground driving down the freeway like this. Well, I can. Holy crap! I need to put a camera down there and watch that. If I can just bounce and literally lift the front tire off the ground. That's nuts. But as soon as you get into an off-road setting such as this, we're talking about bottom out central here. This thing bottoms out so fast. Well, I bottomed out. Nice little drop off there. These rocks are pretty big. Oh! So I was on this road last weekend with the... Oh! That was a big bottom out too. You'd have to get quite a bit of suspension work done in order for this bike to be a good true off-roader, it feels like. But again, that's just a change that you can make with suspension. There's several different options out there, so the sky's the limit really when it comes to that. So if it were my bike and this was a bike that I was going to be doing a lot of hardcore adventure touring on, I would definitely get some suspension upgrades on the list of things to do. This CB500X with the updates that it has had from 2018 to 2019 really make this machine a great option if you're looking for a light to middleweight adventure bike. This bike can travel on the highway up to speeds up over 100 miles an hour. It can hang with traffic commuting or traveling down any major metropolitan freeway with ease. There's no vibration, it's super smooth, it cuts in and out of traffic really well. It just is a very well handling motorcycle. I'm really impressed with what Honda has done with this little machine. Now I'm going to take you out on the road with me and talk about some of those big differences that Honda has done that makes this machine so much better than any of the previous CB500Xs that have played in the adventure space in the past. But this one is actually a contender. The first thing you're going to notice is the redesigned styling. It looks like a little Africa Twin. The second thing you're going to notice is the larger 19-inch front wheel. That 19-inch front wheel absolutely helps you get over things that the 17-inch wheel would have struggled with. Now the AX41 Bridgestone tires that we've got on here right now are amazing as well. So it just allows this bike to go through situations without any question at all whatsoever on whether you're going to have traction or not. So aside from those 2 glaring differences that you're going to see between 18 and 19, the instrument panel itself is upgraded. Notice a fresh, modern, easy to read LCD screen. This features a digital speedometer, tachometer, and it includes a clock, odometer, trip meter, real-time and average fuel consumptions, and illuminated engine diagnostic indicators. The seat has had a change to it. So the ride height of the motorcycle increased, and if the original CB500X seat would have been left on there, it would have been very difficult for people to touch the ground. But the way that they've carved this seat out, it's only about 4 inches wide in the very center and then kind of chamfers down. Versus the 2018 model, it was just over 6.5 inches across. So you had this seat that was hitting you on the inside of the leg, not allowing you to flat foot as easy as you would on this new seat here. Tank holds 4.6 gallons. The way that I've been punishing this bike for the last month, I've been averaging just under 50 miles per gallon. When taking a look at the motor for 2018, 2019, they look very similar, but Honda has made some internal changes. I found in a lot of the hard stuff that I was riding, second and third gear were actually the best gears to be in. First gear was too low for a lot of the stuff that I was doing, but it worked perfect for engine braking downhill. When jumping on the 2019 model for the first time, I did notice that it was much smoother than the 2018. That's because Honda has reprofiled the shift dogs in the transmission to help get smoother shifts every time. You'll never see these parts, but you'll definitely feel their effects. Well, that's the review that I've got for you on this 2019 Honda CB500X. I think it's a phenomenal little machine, and if you are in the market for a motorcycle like this, I think it's really the only one in the class currently that has the features and specs that this thing touts.
Dude, this bike is completely sideways. Any big heavy adventure bike, I would have been over on my side asking for help. But this guy is so light, I can literally pick the front end up and bunny hop it to the side. It's crazy. Get it. Yeah! This 500 rocks, dude. Alright, can't see anything. Can't see anything at all. Look at that tractoring! Dude, this bike is wicked! Well, that, my friends, was a little bit of a workout. Dude, it would have been a much bigger workout on a bigger bike. But this CB500 killed it. It's low enough to the ground that you can pedal when you need to. It is light enough that literally I could pick the front end and bunny hop it over in order to be able to get to that next line. Phenomenal. The torque of this thing in first gear, just being able to lug this thing up the hill, primo. Man, for tooling around up here in these mountains, this is the perfect tool. It's large enough to hit 90 miles an hour cruising down the highway. You can load it with luggage, you can ride it 2 up, and then up here, man, you could chase dirt bikes all day long. This thing's phenomenal.
I'm Kyle Bradshaw. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you saw today, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want more action like this coming directly to you in the future, please hit that subscribe button and, more importantly, the notification bell so you can be part of the notification squad. Until next time, as always, take care and ride safe out there.